everybody in who understands it's a money game and the logo does not carry the weight that it used to carry.
Yeah, and it's a money game, but in the same regard, it's still the same game that it used to be. It's still a relationship game, and the relationships used to be a little bit different than they are now, and now the relationships are with the money. If you can bridge that with the players, then you can still recruit. Um, I just don't. I don't know if they're organized on that back end, and I'm not here. I'm not here to be overly critical or bash them. I think that this is the time that you do that. You know, we're not at a point where there's a reason to panic. I mean, this is kind of the time where you get organized and you do this, but I just don't see it right now. And I'm also willing to give the NIL people at Florida State a platform to speak about it. They can come on here. You guys are rabid fans. It's noon on a Monday. Tomorrow will be noon at a Tuesday, and you guys will still be here tomorrow. So you guys are the fans that I think that NIL people at Florida State need to speak to. They need to speak directly to you guys, and I'm willing to give them this platform not only to speak to you on where to spend your money, but also just come on here and educate us on it on NIL. I don't think anybody really understands what's going on right now. I don't think there's anybody out there that can truly explain to you what's happening with Florida State NIL right now, whether it be with the money that's going out, the money that's coming in, the organization. I mean, there's no reporter or anybody that really knows because I don't know if they know right now what's going on. So I'd hope that they would get on here and talk to us, but TJ's working on it. I'm working on it, and we'll see what happens. Maybe they're not ready to talk to us. I don't know.
Well, I just say this last thing. I understand when you said there's no need to panic, but will you take a look at our record over the last 4 years and tell me there's no need to panic?
There
Thank
might
you.
be there might be a little need to panic right now.
Okay, I
No,
appreciate that.
yeah, I got you, man. Well, I'm fighting for you guys. Hopefully, we get some answers. Hopefully, we all get educated on what FSU's trying to do. That way, you guys. I know you guys want to get behind it, but nobody knows how to get behind it, and that's not your fault. That's their fault.
Yeah, and here's one thing I want to say too, because I have spoken with some of the folks over at the Rising Spear Company, and what they told me, and I'll say this because I can't say everything that is out there, but what they told me is yes, like the guy's name that's on the website, Bob Davis, basically said no one else is doing this, so I'm going to start it. I'm going to do it, and so I do want to separate I don't want to blame the Rising Spear folks because they're a separate entity from FSU, and they're the ones that just kind of said well, nobody else started this, so we're going to do it. And so I don't necessarily want to blame them because they're not affiliated with FSU. FSU can't be part of this. FSU can't have any input. So when you hear from the Rising Spear folks, they're behind because they were the ones to just step up to the plate and do something. Nobody else did it back in September when it should have happened, and back in October or August or July. So yes, Florida State is behind in general, but the Rising Spear folks are just basically the ones that are trying their best to get things started and done. And yes, we're behind in general, but it's not like they're trying to be slow. They basically, it got to November and nobody else was doing it, and they said, okay, we'll do it. And they don't have
That
it done
makes me even
day
more
one.
concerned.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I got you, and I appreciate it. And tell Chris Parsons, hurry up.
yeah. We'll get that to Chris Parsons. Hurry up. Yeah, thank you.
Can you enroll a year early? So anyway, all right, let's do
Hold on. Let me give the shout out to Gramco one more time before we get out of here. Founded by FSU students, now alum, they offer numerous Delta 8 products and accessories, including the vapes, the gummies, and the pre-rolls. I've been enjoying the gummies at night. I should probably take some before we get on here so I'm not as edgy. But all the products are grown and made in Florida. No medical cards needed. Shipping is quick and discreet. We've seen guys get their shipments in about 48 hours. It's crazy. You must be 21 or older. That's all you got to do is be 21 or older. Use promo code BERG25, gets you 25% off your order. Send us a screenshot or DM, and we'll give you a shout out on the show.
All right, TB.
Hey, guys. Sorry about that earlier.
Oh, you're fine.
Hey, just a quick question. It's kind of ironic. The last person you guys had on mentioned Chris Parsons. This is kind of a 2023 related topic. Josh, do you think that FSU is going to take 2 quarterbacks in the high school from the high school ranks in 2023, or do you think that they're pretty happy with the developments of Chris Parsons, or is it more so what happens in the portal in 22?
Yeah, it'll have nothing to do with Chris Parsons. I mean, Chris Parsons is going to be one of the top dual threats or one of the top overall quarterbacks, period. I don't know what he's currently ranked at, but I'm sure it's too low. I think he'll end up, I think he's a top 10 guy right now.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't think they'll take 2. Well, it'll purely depend on numbers. Because of the transfer portal nowadays, there's hardly any way I can tell you what's going to happen in a year from now when it comes to quarterback numbers.
That makes sense.
So as long as most schools want to be around 4, in this 4 scholarship quarterbacks in a room at a given time. But with the day and age of the transfer portal, that's becoming harder and harder to have 4 scholarship quarterbacks on your roster. So I think the thing to watch is Florida State's in love with Chris Parsons as a player. The only reason they would take a second is due to numbers, and that'll just be touch and go as we get closer to that 2023 signing day.
Now, do you think that there's any room to go back in on a guy like Dante Moore? Obviously, he was really high on FSU, but I'm assuming that was a relationship with Kenny Dillingham, or do you think that FSU is just completely, like you just said, with the development with Parsons, it just kind of alleviated any need to go any further with that relationship?
Just take it one step at a time. See, I'm sure they're going to recruit these quarterbacks and reach out to them. See who comes to campus in the spring.
Yeah.
The guys that come on campus in the spring are going to be the guys that are picking from FSU, if they're going to pick FSU, because we know 2023 quarterback recruiting will pretty much be over by the start of summer.
Right.
Pretty much over by the start of summer. So if they're going to land another top guy, it's going to come in between that time period. Right now, I would say they're all long shots. FSU's got their guy in Chris Parson. I don't expect them to land a second one between now and June.
Well, good. Thanks. I appreciate it. And Josh, look forward to seeing you at IMG pretty soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right, buddy.
All right, man. Talk to you soon.
Guys.
TJ. Yep, you as well. I got a question here in the DMs. Since you said running back is the easiest position that you can see is going to be a problem on the next level, what do you think about 2024 commit Cam Davis out of Albany, Georgia? Cam Davis seems like he's going to be a stud. 2024 is a long way out, though. I don't even know if I'm going to be alive in 2024.
I hope you will.
I hope so too. But I'm just saying it seems like a long way out.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the. I don't know if you have anything else today. If you want to try and get out of here, but I'm a big fan of the random listeners. Like I look at some of the people that request, and this gets pretty crazy with the people that get in here. So if you guys are ever bored with one of Josh or my answers, just scroll through the listeners and maybe you'll see what I'm talking.
I can't tell if they're bots or if they're really in here listening, because I wonder if they automatically enter spaces so that they can get more followers or something, or are they really just that interested in Florida State?
Yeah, there'll be people that have 400,000 followers, and like Richie sent me a guy earlier that's like a psychologist or psychiatrist or something, and he's listening. There's I'll just say models that seem to come in and
creators.
Listen. Yeah, creators. That's a good politically correct way to say it. There's creators that listen, and I'm just like, dude, are you a Florida State fan, or you just want people to click on your page and sign up for your?
Either way, we're happy to have you.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out. So, anyway, all right, we'll do this again tomorrow. If we missed you today, I'll get you on tomorrow. But we've been on for an hour.
We got Michael Alford coming on tomorrow, right?
I'll do my best to get you on, but yeah, we got Alford coming on. So
okay,
he won't be the full hour. I promise.
No, he won't be the full hour. I'm just saying we can get other people on, but I just wanted to know if we're getting a guest on tomorrow.
If you missed, thank you, Heather, for your laugh. Heather's a good friend, so thank you guys for laughing at the creators' comments. If you missed any part of this, we'll throw it up on Patreon, patreon.com/FSU Spaces. They're free, so no reason to pay anything. But if you like what we're doing and want to support, obviously we won't turn it away. So go check those out. Josh, you got any shout outs before we get out of here?
Just go check out Gramco Berg 25 promo, gets you 25% off. We'll be